Yo, it's your boy Slug in the Bit. You guys already know what the deal is. Alright, let's check this out. We're gonna update the tier list. I haven't done this for like what, 2 months? 2.5? Alright, but we just gonna add all the new people up in here. But this is my previous tier list, as you guys remember. Some people is gonna get dropped down, but we're gonna drop them down at towards the end of the video once we get the two other new units up in there. Alright, but let's put in the people that I haven't put in the tier list yet. So this is the update tier list. It's been a while, but let me explain. There's gonna be a lot of people going up, a few people going down, right? So, but this is just my tier list personally, right? And the way I play, I don't have all the units, but from what I'm seeing, we're gonna just try our best to put on where they should be, right? Starting off, right, we're gonna have Miwa. So Miwa, right, Miwa's actually a really good character. I do like her. She's sustainable. I'm gonna put her into the S tier. She's sustainable, does a really solid damage with her counter, all that stuff, really helping out the team out. And she's a really good tank compared to the ones that we got down here, like these two pandas, right? So their pandas down below here, right? Another blue new unit that we have, of course, another one. Dude, all the new units we've been getting will be hitting up in the S tier, but the blue Nanami racking it up in the S tier. So that's gonna be what's up about that. Alright. Let's go pick up another one. Alright. So Sake. Sake is also going to be a S unit, right? She's a really good sustainable green tank unit, does pretty solid damage, sustain a lot. So I do like her a lot, and so she's going to be in my S tier, right? Sustain tank, she's the better tank than the rest of these, like even the green panda, right? Since they're both in the same. Right. Maki also going to be in the S, right? Of course, some people say she's well deserved to be in the lower tier. She's damn near close, and here's why. She's like a Toji, but she doesn't really do much what Toji does. Toji does way more and just way better. But this Maki, she's like, if I had like a S plus tier, she'll be there. But right now I might have to put an S, because to be in that lower tier, you're gonna have to be sustaining. You gotta stay there for a while, right? So there goes that. And the first new unit that's gonna be hitting up in the lower tier, as you guys can see, is your boy Yaga. Yaga is really good. Dude could blind the enemy and debuff them at the same time. It's crazy. The blind go crazy sometimes, because when the enemy have like an ultimate ready, sometimes when you blind them, they just be missing. So that's really good. And not on top of that, he's debuffing like crazy, and his debuff lasts for 3 turns, I believe, and it's nutty when you could just keep on stacking him up. Of course, you gotta part him up with a lot, like with Kyoto. Alright, so Yaga's gonna be one of the newer units that's gonna be hitting up in the lower tier. Okay, we got Mr. Guitar Man, Yoshi Harimatsu, right? So you guys already know what the deal, what he does. So this guy is going crazy. Sometimes he's gonna be in the S tier easily. AoE debuffing, well, mostly physical units, right? So he's not helping out the magical, but I put him at S because like he only debuff physical, but it is an AoE though. So if like somebody like Sukuna come out, he's still gonna stay in the S tier regardless. He doesn't jump in the lower tier because let's say like he supports somebody like Sukuna in the future, because Sukuna most likely is gonna be physical, right? But and right now he could support Toji and all that, any kind of physical unit, if I remember right from his kit. So only if he did physical and magical with the AoE, he'd been easily lower tier, but I put him at S tier right now. Doesn't mean it's bad, right? Lower tier is a hard one to crack. Look at the list of the lords up there, right? And here you guys coming for the 2 new units that came into the game. You guys see Mai, right? Mai, man, she's in between A and S, but I'll put her in S, because she do have a follow-up attack that's kind of new function in the game. Maybe it might synergize way better later on, but she's gonna stay here regardless, right? I don't see her ever reaching, like climbing up to the lower tier where everybody else that's in there. So I think mine is really suitable in the S, but I want to put her to an A. I really want to put her in an A, but I'm gonna keep on S because she do have this function where she does follow-up attack, and it's pretty cracked. She hit pretty hard. If you have, you know, at least like 2 dupes of her, she pretty cracked, but she's still sustained with 0 over here, so she's staying at S. And if you notice, all the new units, they're like just there. They're one person that's in the lower tier, and a lot of people in S tier. It's like they're pumping out these really strong units in the game, and they're making all these old units going downward. And last and finally, right? Finally, we made it to this Inumaki. Inumaki is definitely S, easily hands down S, right? I know some people want to put him a little bit up, but he definitely staying S regardless. He's a really good unit for blue teams. So blue, like, you know, we got our Gojo right here, so he's really good for blue, and probably even gonna be better when 1 year anniversary arrive, because we definitely gonna get a blue unit there. So Inumaki, he's gonna be staying in the S for a while, right? And he might sneak up. He's probably one of the only unit that I would say that he's S and could sneak up to lower tier. He's pretty good, right? But I'm gonna have to put him here just because what we have now, right? But he probably could be one of the best debuffer in the game, next alongside to Yaga. He ain't gonna beat Yaga, but he'd be alongside with Yaga. All right, now here is the tough part, right? We're gonna drop people down, put some people up inside the list, right? Kyoto, definitely coming up in the S tier. He's just rocking it. He's just going crazy. I always want to put him up there, but now he got more use for him, especially with the tower mode and all these units. Like, we're getting a lot of debuff units and buffing units in the game. Kyoto just reaching up to the top, and he ain't going back down anytime soon. Hopefully we get an SR version of him, because he is just nuts. Oh yeah, Inumaki definitely going back. He going up in the S tier. I like this guy a lot. He is so good everywhere you take him. There's not a bad place you could take him. This Inumaki's going up pretty quick, man. He's just up there, right? So let's see who could drop down. Who's dropping down on the list? Man, it kind of sucked, but I'm gonna have to put this Nabara down to A, right? Just one down A. I'm gonna have to put her down because she just it's like there's no place for her to use to be at where we have like these lower tier red units like Yuta and Toji around, and Nabara's seeing a little bit less and less usable. But I want to say like she's really up here in the S tier with them, but I'm gonna have to drop her down because she's not really used anywhere, not even in tower mode and all that stuff. Everybody seemed pretty good. Oh yeah, Yuji's going down to A tier, so we're gonna put Yuji down here. The best Yuji right now is this red one, because he actually has some pretty solid damage and really good support, and he got like, he buff the back ally, I believe, and getting them more break damage. I think that's what he does, or he give it to all allies. But pretty good unit overall, best Yuji in the game by far. Right, Momo, I do like Momo, y'all, but dang, that is crazy that Momo, she don't get not much use because of this Momo, and she's just falling off to the A tier too. So SR Momo just gonna be falling off. Just one. It's not like she can't really make a recovery with this SR Momo, but then now that we're getting more debuffers, and debuffers are more valuable inside the game, these SR buffer that we've been using, like Yaga and Nanami, they're kind of losing a little bit of their value, right? and Momo just lose more because there's a SR Momo, right? It's the same way like Yaga got SS, but this Yaga, but they both do different things, right? So he's the debuffer and he's the buffer and he's a 4-turn buffer. So that's why Yaga stays here and he's sustaining, right? And of course Nami just stays there. Megami, this Ghetto really good still, you guys. He's so good. I'm gonna get this man. This man is lit. Right, so I'm gonna keep him over there. Mahito, welcome to the Lord tier. Mahito, definitely one of the best unit inside the shop. You guys must get this guy. This guy is straight Lord tier. Like hands down, tower mode is nothing without this guy. He could fit in any team in the tower mode and he's future proof for sure. Because knowing inside the game, even story mode, these these enemies that we're fighting against, they have a lot of HP. Mahito just there with his domain and cracking them down. Like Mahito definitely reaching the lower tier for your boy. One of the only few units that could just be hopping up in the lower tier. Just insane. Okay, right, so far everybody seemed pretty good in this list, and guess what, y'all? One person actually falling off on the lower tier, and I'm sad to say it, very sad to say it, but it's Ghetto. Ghetto's going down to the S tier. I love me Ghetto, but man, he just worked the same way with this. I gotta be fair, right? He's just the same like this Inumaki. I guess he's a little bit better in some sense, but he's not as much better, right? And they're almost neck to neck. They both function on one team. Ghetto function in the green team, more valuable. But I'm not just gonna put him there because of that, right? So I have to be fair and put Ghetto and Inumaki right next to each other. And this is not really an order, by the way, you guys. I'm not going to put it in order anymore. I'm just going to tell you guys where they're at, because putting in order, this video would just be a little bit too long. It's already 12 minutes inside the video, right? But there you go. Ghetto, sadly, dude was a low tier, dropping down one. I don't know if he could bounce back from that. That was like the first time ever I had to drop somebody from lower tier to bottom. I've just been playing him a lot. He's really good for what he does. But I have to just be fair, because if Ghetto is up here, right, and Inumaki got me, and they're both the same, literally. Like if you have Ghetto in your top tier, in your tier list, you're gonna have to have Inumaki in the same place. It's just like that, right? You just gotta be fair, right? As much I like Ghetto, but at least we got both Ghetto on S, right? And S is not bad, y'all. Look at the lineup. Like I said, look at the lineup in the lower tier. It's insane. You can't really compete with this kind of lineup, right? If they're just next to it, that's good enough, right? Of course, I could see some of these S units that's gotten a list dropping down a little bit, but they're good for what it is, and they're definitely going to drop down. So you're going to see more of these S in my tier list dropping down a bit, like Miwa and maybe Sake, because there's just going to be better units that doing their job. But they're the better unit that have to sustain at the moment, right? Until we get more. Like this Panda and these Panda, they're not it, right? Of course, we're gonna have to switch up some of these down here. So I do have these units down here, right? So there is a little bit of mistake in my end, right? This Mechamaru jumping up to B, right? He's gonna jump up to B. He actually got really good damage really early on for global launch, really good. Shoko definitely Shoko's a really good unit. She's jumping up for me for S. Shoko. Now healers actually do kind of matter a little bit. Healers are kind of getting there now. So, and Shoko is still the only healer that we got in the game, so she's easily jumping up to S tier from everything that we got with the game modes going on. So healers are very valuable. So if once global come up, Shoko is gonna be valuable. You should be working on her like slowly, right? You don't have to minimax her, but you just work on her, right? So who else do we got here? Miwa. Oh, Ichi. Ichi is gonna be on A. He's jumping up. This Panda is going down. with the other panel. Kamo's going down over here. Yuji going down also. Jogo, he stays there. Mechamaru, he's okay. He just stays here in A tier because the reason why, because we got a lot of good yellow unit like Jogo up in there. Nabar stays here with the other Nabar, and if we line is synergized really well. Total dropping down over here. Who else? Inumaki, he's dropping down to the B tier too. Nanami, he stays there. This Total's dropping to the B tier. See, there's just a lot of people dropping down. And yeah, so far what I'm seeing here looks really good to me when it comes to the tier list, you guys. But here's brief, just know, don't level these up at all, right? I probably might even do it like this, man. Might just do it even like that, right? Ewa right there. Put her right there too. Yeah, I don't know, yo. That looks good to me. That looks good to me. So that's gonna be the tier list. I'm just double checking it, see if I'm putting everybody in the right spot. Seem pretty good so far, right? And by the way, you guys, they're not in order, right? I could put in order, but like there's no point, right? And that it just means they're pretty good because I did have them in order at one point, but I'm just gonna stick it like this. But so far, this is how it's looking like. What you guys think about my tier list? And yeah, this is how I see it though. These and the lower tier, they're literally just sitting there, right? Surprisingly, Mojito is going up there, but it's well deserved for Mojito. Congrats to that man, because he definitely deserved it, man. He's been clutching it, y'all. Trust me. Pick him up out of the 3 curse spear we have, and you won't regret it, right? And Hanami is probably the second best. Then Joe goes to last. But that's gonna be it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Definitely like the video. Subscribe to your boy if you haven't yet, man. Definitely hit the bell if you haven't. So that's it. But you already know what the deal is. It's your boy Slugger, and we out of here. 1.